Hello everyone! Have you felt that little hint of crispness in the morning air lately? It's that familiar signal that tells us a big change is on the way. The warm, lingering days of summer are getting ready to say goodbye, and the beautiful, cozy season of fall is preparing to make its grand entrance. Pumpkin spice, colorful leaves, a fundamental shift in our weather patterns across the entire country. The atmosphere is buzzing with activity. Soon that gentle coolness will become a more noticeable chill. Time to find your favorite sweaters and get ready for a new season. Over the next couple of weeks, expect exciting, dynamic weather unfolding. It's a journey through the science of weather. You have a front row seat. You might be wondering, how do we know all of this is coming? The answer lies in some amazing technology called computer weather models. Think of these models as super smart weather simulators. They take in massive amounts of current data, like temperature, air pressure, and wind speed, from all over the world, and use complex equations to predict what the atmosphere will do next. Forecasters look at different models, like the American GFS and the European ECMWF, to see if they agree. When multiple models show a similar outcome, like a big cooldown, our confidence in the forecast grows much stronger. These models create maps that show us a story unfolding over time. We can see high and low pressure systems moving, cold air advancing, and warm air retreating. For the next couple of weeks, colder air is building to our north and preparing to dive south. Not all at once, but in a series of pushes that gradually bring down temperatures. To really understand what's coming, it helps to know the main players in the atmosphere. High pressure sinks and favors calm, sunny skies. Low pressure rises and often brings clouds, wind, and precipitation. A cold front is the leading edge of cooler air that wedges under warm air and can spark strong storms. A warm front lifts more gently, bringing lighter, steadier precipitation and a slow warm-up. The jet stream is a fast river of air aloft that steers our weather. A ridge brings warmer, calmer weather. A trough allows colder air to plunge south. We're expecting a strong ridge over the west and a deep trough into the east, the classic setup for a major fall cooldown. Weather generally moves west to east. What happens out west often influences the central and eastern states days later. That's why forecasters keep such a close eye on the Pacific and the West Coast. As we transition into the heart of fall, our attention isn't only on cold air from the north. We also keep a close eye on the warm waters of the tropics. Hurricane season runs through November, and October can still produce storms. Right now, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring a couple of areas for potential development. These are areas of interest, not guaranteed storms. One area near the Bahamas and Florida has a low chance of development and a short window to organize. It may bring coastal rain, but models suggest it's unlikely to become a major threat. Farther out, a second area has a higher potential to develop as it moves toward the Eastern Caribbean. There's roughly a medium chance it strengthens in the next week, but the track and intensity remain uncertain. For now, stay informed. We'll update as the models converge and steering currents become clearer. One of the most interesting features is the dramatic temperature contrast setting up across the U.S. A true tale of two coasts, warmth in the west, a significant chill in the east. A large ridge of high pressure builds over the west, acting like a heat dome. Expect sunnier, warmer than average conditions from California to the Pacific Northwest. That ridge forces the jet southward over the east, forming a deep trough. The trough opens the door for cold Canadian air to spill south. From the Midwest to the East Coast, many will feel a noticeable cooldown. Think of it as a giant atmospheric wave. The crest is the warm ridge, the dip is the cold trough. As the wave moves east, the warmth may briefly push in, before another cold shot arrives. That's how you get 70s in Seattle while New York City braces for 50s and gusty winds. Let's talk about the Pacific North American pattern, the PNA. It flips between two phases, and each favors a predictable U.S. pattern. In a negative PNA, the west turns cooler and stormier, while the east trends warmer and drier. In a positive PNA, a strong west coast ridge forces a deep trough into the east, a strong cool-down signal. We're transitioning into a strong positive PNA, the engine behind the coming chill. It's one of the first indices forecasters check for seasonal shifts and long-range confidence. That's why we're confident that a significant, longer-lasting fall chill targets the eastern two-thirds of the country. The positive PNA sets the stage for colder weeks ahead. As cold fronts sweep east with the trough, showers and thunderstorms develop. The sharp contrast between cold, dry air and warm, moist air focuses a swath of heavier rain. Expect bands from the Great Lakes through the Ohio Valley into parts of the Deep South. Some will see a gray day or two, but many drought areas benefit from this rainfall. The southeast could see persistent moisture, partly fueled by lingering tropical energy. Meanwhile, the mid-Atlantic and northeast may see less overall precipitation. With the colder air, the highest elevations of the Rockies get a winter preview. Some peaks could see a foot or more over coming weeks. First flakes are also possible in the northern Sierra and the Cascades. Lower elevations are still too warm. Flakes likely melt on contact. But it's a clear sign the season is shifting. So just how cold is it going to get? The first wave will be noticeable but not extreme, mainly across the northern tier, Great Lakes, Northeast, and Ohio Valley. Think of it as a refreshing reset from late summer warmth to typical early October levels. The real showstopper arrives mid-month. With a strong west ridge and deep east trough, a much more potent cold shot dives south from Canada. This air originates closer to the Arctic, pushing chill farther into the southern states. Highs that were in the 70s may struggle to reach the 50s. Morning lows fall into the 30s and 40s with the first widespread frost inland. The air will feel crisp, clean, and unmistakably autumnal. Some guidance keeps the east cold. Other runs hint the trough could shift west later with a Rockies Plains snow threat. Either way, frequent cold shots are coming. Summer's days are numbered. The shifting PNA, the building western ridge, and the developing eastern trough tell one coherent story. The atmosphere is reorganizing from summer's warmth to autumn's dynamic, cooler patterns, not a brief snap, but a true seasonal change. The west will enjoy extended warm, sunny weather, perfect for getting outdoors. The central and eastern U.S. will take repeated colder pulses with first frosts, and the return of jackets and scarves. It's the perfect time to watch textbook patterns, see cold fronts sweep through and mountain snows begin to pile up. Find your coziest sweater, plan a foliage drive, and breathe in that crisp, invigorating air. The weather is about to put on a spectacular show as summer takes its final bow and autumn takes center stage. Stay warm and enjoy the beautiful changes. Fall's chill is on the way.